Hello, welcome back to another video on RFTools Dimensions. What we got here today: Magic Chaos 1, 2, 3, Near Fields 1, 2, 3, and 4, Fieldways 1, Fieldways 2, Fieldway Ravine 1 and 2. So, yeah, I think this is just going to be the format. I've varied it a bit more this time, but whatever. And yeah, I'm about ready to start. So let's do this. So let's get everything going. RTDM info, and we're in 2. So for these ones, I wanted to go Magic Chaos, so magical chaotic. So yeah, not much variation. I'm not quite sure how you can like get more variation. I think magical maybe gets giant mushrooms more as well. The biome controller. And you often get these dark oak as well. I think from what I can tell, magical it tends to get a higher chance of dark oak, higher chance of sort of blue sky as well. No, I haven't got it here, but yeah, I mean the chaotic one is. I wouldn't say it's that chaotic. It looks more like Sky Islands, really. But they are cool. And by the way, these are all just yeah, I literally did what I did. Magical terrain. I think I just did that. Yeah, you can see in the description string actually it says that. Pretty cool. So I did a few of these just obviously to get a little bit of variation. I found that it's not really worth trying that, but I didn't like set up these things like particularly in a particularly complex way. So Magic Chaos 2. Let me just check on recording because I'm not sure. Okay, so what were you on? Magic Chaos 2, yes, and I've already dialed it, correct? Yes. So yeah, should be pretty. I'm hoping to get some like unusual stuff. I'm just not sure if I will be able to get it. The thing is, one you could say I'll put in lots more biome descriptors, but the thing is, I could do that, but I don't think it would help me much. Um, these worlds just do all the same. I mean, I feel like maybe there was more variation with Mistcraft. I feel with Mistcraft, you really felt like you wasn't really sure what you were going to get. What we got here? A red moon. What's interesting? What's this? I wonder what it's. See if we can see the red moon. There it is. Bit more in the way of landmass. I mean, chaotic is not really that chaotic because it looks basically the same. It's basically just a slightly more, like higher, amplified sky islands. That's what it looks like to me. And you can see though the effect of the magical controller again. Yeah, I think also the stars as well. And then maybe I just got a blue sky luckily when I tried this another time. Wish I didn't show. Did I put Dead's Caves in this one? No. Let's just give it a quick game mode 3 on it. Yeah, not really seeing too much here. No problem there. But yeah, I mean, this is the magical, and again, a lot of the controllers actually don't take any. Like default controller doesn't take any biomes. Um, a lot of them just don't take any biomes at all. But you know, what can you do? What can you do? Okay. So this was to number 2. So again, one more of exactly the same thing. And that's the thing. I kind of realised that you don't want to do. I could just do literally a different one every time, but I'd like to just see the. I'd like to see there's a place where there is like unusual variation. So I'll do like 2 or 3 for each one. Maybe I'll be, that's what I figured doing. Um, but it's kind of strange though that I've literally put in. You would think if you put in very few things, because you know that if you put in loads, it will always be almost exactly the same, right? I mean, you expect that, but when you put in a few kind of descriptors, a few items into the string, you expect you're going to get wildly different variation. And it hasn't really occurred. It hasn't really occurred. Is there something going on here? I may have forgot to put effect. Okay. Oh yeah, I probably want to do this as well. So we're going to look at. So we're looking at. So this would be number 4, wouldn't it? It's funny when you put a magical controller. It really it doesn't let you do anything. It doesn't put anything in there. It's exactly the same every time. This is actually very dense. Yeah, it's literally like a roofed forest. Yeah, I don't think we're getting much out of this one. Not really. Not really at all. So again, it's the same kind of terrain generation. Great. So yeah, I wanted to at least show some of the magical ones, but it's very. Um, I guess for magical, it would make more sense to specify it in that case. But because it doesn't let you do it. Now near fields. So this is ID 5. This should be something a bit different. I did some different stuff here, so we might get some. I mean, at least slightly more interesting results than that, which just looks like a roofed forest. I mean, I certainly feel that like the waves. I noticed that there's. I always remember they put in field waves like a lot when you didn't specify it. When I was doing my checkered ones, I have a feeling that's possibly what you need to do. Um, or you need to do something like, like a plateau of extreme hills or something. If you see what I mean, it's like something which doesn't seem to go properly. I even thought of another option. I've thought of a few things. One, I wanted to try to get a cavern with mushrooms in it. Couldn't really get that to work. The other thing I was thinking of is to do them because the Mesa plateaus. You don't see it with the overworld mine shafts. I was thinking maybe that might be something interesting to attempt. All right, so we're number 5 here. Whenever you're ready. So maybe I'll just do this. Yeah, sometimes if you do that, it helps. Oh yeah, I did Nearlands with a Fields controller because I've never tried this controller, the Fields controller, and I did feature dense caves. So it's a pretty obscure one. A little bit of lag here. I mean, it shouldn't really be. My settings are pretty shit. What it tells me though is that maybe this is. This looks like it's actually a very. You see, if you put all gen in here, this would be actually a very nice world. I did like dense caves, even when I saw it in. I don't think I showed that one either, but I did it with cavern. Yeah, this is an interesting one. This is a very. This I think is actually quite a good choice. Nearlands, controller fields, dense caves. Because this is nice looking terrain. It's like a very flat terrain. Oh shit. What the hell's happened here? Very flat. Trust me to say very flat terrain, and then this fucking thing pops up. I'm not sure exactly what Nearlands. Oh, I've got it now. Yeah. Nearlands is actually a very interesting type of was it terrain? Yeah, of course it's terrain. Actually, I really need to learn the difference between controller and terrain. But yeah, it works really nicely as well. And the caves are actually not too bad. We'll give it a little... Yeah, I'm impressed with this one actually. I am impressed. This is pretty nice terrain. Give it an old game mode 3. So have a little look. That was weird. It felt like there were two different rendering on the highlighted text there. It's not bad, is it? It's not bad at all. I mean, it's probably not like WTF Expedition or anything like that, but it's still pretty nice. I actually think it would be quite fun if you had a huge amount of ores in here. Yeah, very impressive actually. Yeah, I really do like that generation. It's really nice. Cool. And that's lucky because I've actually got more of those coming up. So, okay, so just to confirm, we were in. This is dimension 5. Okay. So that's a very nice one actually. And I wonder. So definitely the fields controller and Nearlands is actually both very good. So that was number 5. So we've actually got. I did a few more of those, didn't I? I actually did loads of them. Okay. I guess yeah. All right. Anyway. So let's see if there's much I mean, unfortunately, as you might imagine, now every one of them is going to look exactly the same. I think this is like almost like a common theme. If this one and the next one look the same, I may just skip over it a little bit. But that was a very successful. You see, Fields I don't believe takes. Yeah, you see, what I've managed to do in a sense with that is like. Because really what you want to do is put biomes into these controllers, but you can't because they don't accept them. But you see, if you put something like Nearlands, which I suppose is like Farlands, which is basically a bit like, kind of like a warped Extreme Hills, you are in a way putting a biome controller in there. So that's actually that one I will try. Yeah. Because remember, I don't believe you can put in more than one terrain as either. You can start because the thing you can specify the terrain. You can say like, you can specify the base block and all that stuff, but it doesn't help you too much in a sense. Well, I'm not getting the best performance here. Not the best. We'll see. See if I can recover a bit. Yeah, unfortunately, this is quite a heavy world type to load. It's a good world type, but it requires a lot. But whatever, you know, it's like I made a bloody video that was an hour long. This one shouldn't be an hour long. What I might do is let's just do this. Okay, so which one was it? We're number 6 now. Whenever you're ready, come on. Oh, and not so good. See, this is the problem, right? Yeah, I did fields, nearlands, dense caves, and then effect none. You see, this is the problem. I don't think I normally get this one. I normally get pattern 2 blocks. So it's pretty, but I don't get why this keeps on happening. This is like such a. This is like it's almost like it's ridiculous that you get this. So you can see the fields, and then you'll see, and then eventually there'll be a huge bank of. You can imagine what it's going to look like. It's going to look very similar, but that fucking sucks, to be honest. That you get that. It's like, why is that even in the list as the base block? This should be just removed. I don't know. Maybe it's a way to somehow stop like crashing or something. I don't know, but I will never really understand what's going on there, to be honest. Seems stupid. But yeah, the best performance at the moment. Hoping I can. We'll see. We'll just carry on, you know. So near field 2, whatever. Not good. But then again, luckily the first one was pretty good. And as I'm hoping might get a bit of a shorter wait this time. Might be a bit shorter. Remember, just right click on the not right click. Use your right arrow. If you know, because obviously it's a lot. I mean, that's the one way to get through loading screens. That is what is good about video. You can just go through loading screens pressing the right arrow. But not for me, unfortunately. I have to wait the whole loading screen. Which is not great. Not great at all. But that is just what you've got to do. Waiting through the loading screen. Very. Ooh, what is going on here? I've got to say, it's almost like it's actually nice to wait through the loading screen on these ones because we're getting some really awesome shit going down here. What? I didn't even know that was one. That's not Stars 1 or Stars 2. This is going to be funny when this eventually loads. Just try and jump a bit. Oh, I've never seen this before, ever. What the actual... Wow, this is like the most Really? Let's have a look and see what that one is. I've never seen that. So... Oh, the sky's the Inferno sky. Huh. I've never seen that one before. And it's got... I wonder if... That's the thing, I wonder if the magma cube is linked to that. Inferno sky is pretty cool though. I do want to check if... I wonder why... There must... So there's... Eventually there's going to see the... Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly the same each time. Because of that... fields near land combo. And either way, that's pretty cool when you think about it. If I didn't have dense caves, it really is an interesting one, isn't it? It really is. I really like this combo. And the I've actually got IC2 trees as well in here, which is nice. But weirdly, there's no yeah, I might look in the ores and stuff. But yeah, this looks cool though. So yeah, not the best loading time, but Inferno Sky, eh? So that's a good one to know. That. Let me just go higher and get a really nice shot of the sky. Okay. Yeah. I think we can return. So yeah, I'm not sure if I prefer stars too. I kind of do actually. I think. And the good thing about something like that is that you can change all the colours of all that stuff. And you may be able to do it with stars too, but it wouldn't have the same effect because there's not as much colour in there. Well, maybe for stars too it would be alright. Alright, so good effects from this one. I'm definitely gonna. This is gonna be most likely the star of the show in terms of. So still got a few left. Let's try the final near field 4. I did put fields in a lot of them, so I think the loading times will be fairly slow, unfortunately, but they're not too bad. It's about a minute. You know, I've seen worse. I may separate some of the others into a different video. Actually, now I think about it, I could just finish these ones because I feel like I don't want to have too many loading times in there. Yeah. It's just a bit of a hassle. It's a bit pointless to have all these loading times in there. It's just a waste. But I don't know. Yeah, I think I will just leave it at this, just because we've got some really cool results on this, and we'll check out the others in the next video. So the final one. And this should be dimension 8. Let's give it a few seconds. Here we go. Nothing of any interest in this one, really. I mean, honestly, I think the general feeling is that this is a really nice. Is that fields, nearlands, and dense caves is ideal, basically. I would say if you have ore gen in there as well, it'd be close to being the perfect world. Just loads of fields, loads of you know, like and then these huge mountains with loads of ores just in open view. It really is a perfect kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, it's just awesome, this world gen, in a way. I mean, look how open it is. See, very easy to find, like it depends like what you're doing, really. Obviously, if you're doing your mining, and you could just do a solid block with loads of ores in it. But you see, if you're travelling around, especially imagine what this will be like. I mean, this will be a lot of fun to traverse in a normal kind of environment, because it's got I mean the caves are just very good. They're maybe a bit too, I don't know. It's interesting anyway. But yeah, I'm going to end the video here, and we'll take a look at the other ones in the next episode. So thanks for watching.